Jimin suffered a serious injury at the military base. Is it true that Jimin is hurt? Or is this just mass panic fueled by baseless speculation? Why did the military finally feel the need to step in and clarify? These questions immediately surfaced, sparking anxiety among thousands of fans worldwide. This news first spread after an anonymous social media account mentioned an incident involving a soldier from an elite training unit. Without naming names, the account only gave the initial J, which instantly triggered a wave of speculation that Jimin of BTS might be involved. Jungkook, who was reportedly informed internally, was said to be very anxious and even postponed several personal agendas over the past 2 days. Speculation grew wilder when a veteran Korean journalist, known for close access to military sources, revealed that a public figure from the training unit was under medical observation. Although no names were mentioned, the public quickly associated it with a BTS member, considering the tight security and media attention surrounding the military activities of popular idols. Public anxiety peaked when a viral TikTok video showed an ambulance convoy entering the military base area. The video, though unverified, was watched millions of times within hours and sparked a wave of global concern. BTS fans, known for their solidarity, immediately organized online campaigns calling for the military and HYB agency to issue an official statement to end the panic. However, the situation only became more confusing. Instead of revealing who was involved, the South Korean military issued a formal statement that sounded more like a general reassurance. In its official clarification, they said, "It is true that there was a minor incident during routine training. The individual involved has received medical treatment according to protocol. For privacy and security reasons, the identity will not be disclosed." This statement, rather than calming the public, sparked even more questions. Why didn't the military directly state that Jimin was not involved? Why did HYB choose to remain silent, even though rumors were running wild? Many media observers saw this silence as a crisis management strategy, staying quiet to cut off the chain of speculation. But on the other hand, this silence became a boomerang. Every second without clarification only strengthened the public impression that something is indeed happening. Jungkook himself, according to reports circulating among agency staff, was said to appear anxious and quieter than usual. Some of his personal activities were even reportedly postponed temporarily, adding to concerns that he was facing emotional pressure related to Jimin's situation. Yet again, this information came from unofficial sources that could not be independently verified. On the other hand, major media outlets like Yonhap, KBS, and Korea Herald chose a more cautious path. They only reported based on official military statements without adding further speculation. However, international media, especially from America and Europe, began reporting on this crisis with a more sensational narrative, even calling it a major communication crisis between the entertainment industry and the Korean military. An important question arose. If Jimin was not injured, why didn't the military state that explicitly? Are privacy and security reasons sufficient to withhold information, even when the public is gripped by anxiety? A communication expert from Seoul National University argued, in the context of a crisis, openness and the speed of clarification are key. The longer an organization holds back information, the greater the likelihood of harmful alternative narratives forming. Legally, the Korean military is not obligated to disclose the identity of soldiers involved in incidents. However, Jimin's status as a public figure adds an extra dimension: social pressure, global expectations, and the psychological impact felt by millions of fans worldwide. Here lies the main dilemma between maintaining security and meeting demands for transparency. In the end, the South Korean military released a second, more assertive statement. No soldiers sustained serious injuries in the recent incident, including personnel from the public sector. Although they still did not mention Jimin by name, this statement was considered an official attempt to quell speculation. HYB also finally issued a brief clarification. All BTS members currently serving in the military are in good condition. We ask for the public's understanding and respecting their privacy. Even though this statement should have been enough to close the issue, some fans still felt doubtful. Many argued that the lack of details actually opened new avenues for speculation. However, media analysts reminded that in a military context, details cannot be casually revealed due to operational and security reasons. Now, public focus has shifted to Jungkook. How is his emotional state? Is he truly experiencing severe anxiety, or is this just social media dramatization? Official sources from HYB have never specifically confirmed Jungkook's psychological condition, and all reports regarding his behavior come from subjective observations by staff or close acquaintances. Amid the scarcity of information, the public must be careful not to draw excessive conclusions. This case serves as an important lesson for South Korea's entertainment industry. When celebrities enter the military realm, communication management must be much more mature. Delayed clarifications not only impact reputation but can also trigger large-scale social unrest, especially when involving names as popular as BTS. As of the time this article was written, there is no concrete evidence that Jimin suffered a serious injury. All reports claiming Jungkook's severe anxiety also cannot be officially verified. The only fact that can be held onto is the final statement from the military. A minor incident occurred, but all soldiers, including public figures, are in stable condition. Thus, the public is urged to stop speculating, refrain from spreading unverified information, and respect the privacy rights of BTS members who are currently fulfilling their national duties. Spreading rumors is not only unhelpful, but can also damage the psychological balance of all parties involved. Now, one big question hangs in the air. After this official clarification, will the public stop speculating, or will we continue to live under the shadow of uncertainty, waiting for direct news from Jimin, Jungkook, or HYB? One thing is certain. In this fast-paced information era, official clarification is the key to calming the storm of public opinion. Are you truly sure that the widely discussed injury incident involving BTS member Jimin is an undeniable fact? Or perhaps, is this merely a cleverly constructed narrative by Media Dynamics, exploiting BTS's popularity to capture public attention? This question is crucial for us to ponder, especially in an era where every piece of information can spread so quickly without proper filtering. Have we, as information consumers, become too easily influenced by social media currents like TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and other platforms without first checking their validity? Until now, the information we present comes from various open sources, most of which are unofficial. These sources are indeed capable of creating public commotion, but can they truly be used as a basis for concluding the truth? Are the public aware that social media often acts as a catalyst for mass panic, where one viral video or one tweet can shape collective perception even before there is confirmation from authorities? Shouldn't we restrain ourselves from emotional reactions and start assessing each piece of information with a skeptical and logical framework? Let's look critically. So far, there's been no official statement from the South Korean military or from HYB agency naming Jimin as the injured individual. But why did the public quickly associate this speculation with him? Is it because of the initials, internal communication patterns, or merely the public's desire to find a face that represents their worry? This question should prompt us to reflect. To what extent does celebrity bias influence our judgment of facts? Undeniably, international media also played a role in shaping this narrative. Reports circulating in various foreign outlets often present bolder narratives compared to Korean national media, which tend to be cautious and stick to official confirmations. Why is that? Are foreign media freer to play with sensationalism? Or do they serve as a reminder that hidden information will always spark wild speculation? What do you think? Does this difference in media approaches only muddy the waters? We also need to question the role of entertainment agencies like HYB. In such conditions, is their silent strategy a form of professional responsibility?